Let's check sports with Mike Cozzi. Morning, Mike.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
Not bad.
All right. Well, where do you want to go in sports?
Big story of the day is Robert Gronkowski retiring.
Yeah, that's a big story.
That's the biggest blow to the Patriots in probably the last 10 years, because he's a big part of their offense, and he's definitely going to be irreplaceable. So a big loss for the Patriots with his retirement. And
in his fairly short career, he is going to go down as one of the top tight ends ever in NFL history.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't one time where he was asked to make a big catch that he didn't make it. He always delivered 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. And there are other Patriot stars throughout the years that didn't. That could have made the Patriots even stronger against the Giants. What was his name? Who dropped that pass where he was wide open? Edelman, was it? I forget.
He's not a tight. Edelman wasn't. He's still playing. He's not a tight end. Wes Welker lost. He lost the pass. He's a slot receiver.
Yeah, but Gronk, whenever they threw it to him and they needed it, they got it.
They took a lot of beatings and kept on going.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and his personality. But so,
I liked him.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything illegal. He enjoyed himself. No, yeah. He had fun, and he's a good guy.
Yep, absolutely. So that is a big decision. So
came to play every day too.
Yep. So anything exciting happened in the NCAAs?
Yeah, Duke got away with murder.
Well, who would figure, right?
Duke got away with murder. They were losing to Central Florida 76-75, I think the score was, and Williamson drove the lane, knocked the guy over like a bowling ball, and then went up, missed the shot, and got called. And the other guy on Central Florida got called for the foul. So a real swaying 3 seconds of basketball gave Duke the win. Central Florida came back and put up a shot, missed, got a rebound, put it back up, and the ball rolled just about on every part of the rim that it can roll on without going in. If that ball goes through the net, Duke goes home. And if the refs made the call against Williamson, who's everybody's little baby darling, Duke loses. So Duke got away with murder this weekend, as they do very often, and should have lost to Central Florida.
All right.
Everything else, pretty much all the favorites are winning. All 4 top seeds are still alive. All top 2 seeds are still alive. So there's been some close games, but a very chalky NCAA tournament. Tennessee had a 25-point lead against Iowa yesterday and almost blew it. And everybody else, all the favorites, continue to just keep on winning.
I think I want to point out a couple of things from the NFL. First of all, how would you feel if you were the Giants general manager, Edelman? Both John Mara and Steve Tisch say they reluctantly gave their approval on that trade of Odell Beckham, and they trusted in their advice of their general manager, basically.
Well, isn't that why they hired him?
Yeah. Well,
isn't he supposed to know more about football than them?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it also seems like they're setting the whole thing up on his shoulders. But we'll see what happens. You know, so many Giant fans are out to lunch on this, and I just say this: listen, the last 2 years, Odell Beckham was absent for a majority of games with the Giants. Okay, he was absent for the last 7 games of the Giants this year, right? And the Giants over the last 7 games went 5-2, and their 2 losses were by a point or 2. All right, so you know what? He wasn't helping them anymore. They had to move on, and they moved on. So Giant fans, and I'm a big Giant fan, just put a cap in it. See what happens this year.
Last time I'm going to talk about him.
Yeah.
The guy is a cancer. He's the only player that you can compare him to is Terrell Owens. because all Terrell Owens did, although he was a talented player, all he did was reap havoc everywhere he went. And that's the reason why I think he played with 4 teams, maybe more. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to this guy. He looks good when you put the glasses on, and then when you take the glasses off and you see him for what he really is, he's nothing more than a detriment to your team. He shouldn't be with the Giants. He's lucky he's with the Browns, that the Browns are taking a shot with him. He's a very talented player, but the detriment far outweighs what he gives you as a return.
All right, Johnny Manziel came in with the Alliance of American Football and brought the Memphis Express to a 31-25 overtime win over the Birmingham Iron.
That just shows you how much that league sucks.
I thought you'd enjoy that one.
There's another guy I never want to hear his name again. 2 guys I don't want to hear his name no more. Odo Beckham and Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel is done. Who cares what he does? Him just being mentioned in any sports story is giving him too much credit.
All right. And what was the other baseball story? Oh, what's his name signed on for an $88 million contract extension with Houston? The pitcher from the
Verlander?
Yeah.
88? Man, how many years?
Let's see if I can find it here. I got to find it here. Oh, where is this goofy story now? I was just looking at it. So, pardon me, $66 million contract extension.
Well, that's probably got to be 3 years.
2 years.
2 years? $33 million a year?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of money for him. I mean, he's good, but $33 million? I guess they're paying him for the World Series they won.
Yeah, he's 36 years old. $33 million.
Holy crow.
Yeah, $33 million a year.
That's a lot of dough for him. He's good. I can see him giving him 22 a year, 33. That's a little bit of overpayment.
Yeah, good for him. I'm sorry. People.
Good for him. It ain't like he's been eating cans of beans for his whole career. That guy's been making a lot of money. He's being overpaid at this stage of his career.
But, a lot of people wrote him off before he was traded to Houston. Just wrote him off.
Well, I know.
So now...
How much has he been making? It's not like he's making $49,000 a year. I'm sure he's been making close to $20 million.
But still, it's good to... I just like to see it, an athlete that's been around a long time.
No, I disagree. You pay for the worth that they have at the time, and right now he's not worth $33 million.
Oh, that's probably true. That's probably true. I don't know that about that. But anyways, I'm glad to see it.
Put it this way: if he's worth $33 million at 36, what's the Grom worth?
Probably
40.
That's probably what's going to happen.
That's a joke.
Whoever's going to sign DeGrom is going to have to pay big time for it.
It ain't going to be the Mets because they can't write numbers like that.
No,
they're allergic to it.
So that's right. Their pen runs out of ink when that happens.
Yep.
What? No ink in this pen. Sorry.
They can't make any number above a 2 with that pen.
All right. I guess I'll check with you tomorrow.
No, we ain't done yet. We got the racing to talk about.
Well, how'd you do in the racing?
We started off beautifully with the New Orleans handicap. Core Beliefs won. He was my top pick, paid $20.20. And then it was downhill from there. Bricks and Mortar was life and death at 1-5. Holding off the 62-1 sharp market off, and then after that, the favorites just crumbled. In the 12th race, Street Band won for Larry Jones, paid $23.80. So that was in the third leg of that pick 4, and then in the Louisiana Derby, folks. Every horse that ran in the Louisiana Derby, you can put an X through it. They will not be anywhere be found in the Kentucky Derby. The winner, the 5-horse, by my standards, went from a maiden special weight winner to winning the Louisiana Derby, paying $47. Unheard of. And by my standards is not that good of a horse. It's just that everybody is not that good of a horse in that race. My top pick, Sueno, ran a beaten third in that race. But the Louisiana Derby, as well as the race I didn't even watch yesterday, the Sunland Park Derby, which is a joke, will have absolutely no impact on the Kentucky Derby this year. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Santa Anita supposedly opening this weekend, if the owners are going to take a chance and run their horse there without any kind of medication, or ship them to the Bluegrass or the Arkansas Derby to see if they can get into the Kentucky Derby that way. If I was an owner, I wouldn't be running in California.
Neither would I. Neither would I.
Not just because of the track, but you're at a disadvantage by not being able to even use Lasix.
All right. We'll check with you tomorrow.
I'll be here.
All right, Mike. Take care.
Have a great day.
Mike Cozzi with a check on sports this morning here on The Breakfast Club on Robin Hood Radio.